Hey Alb, I just wanted to say before this video starts, thank you so much for the support on the last upload. It actually means a lot. This script was started in February of 2023, so I'll be mentioning Tears of the Kingdom as if it hasn't been released yet. Thanks and enjoy the video. In anticipation of Tears of the Kingdom being released this May, I decided I wanted to go back to my Breath of the Wild save, which was started release day March 3rd, 2017. I have a long history with the Zelda series and have many fond memories and love for the games, but 100%ing Breath of the Wild was always a daunting task for me, so let's change that. I started this journey by learning which shrines I had finished and attempting to remember and find which Korok Seeds I had collected my playthrough beforehand, which definitely took a while. I opened the game and learned that I was only 29.99% of the way to 100%, so I was a far total away, but we can do this. I found an interactive map from zeldadungeon.net, which will be linked in the description of this video to be able to mark and show the locations of Korok Seeds, shrines, locations, and side quests. Don't get me started. For anybody else looking to tackle this and collect all 900, let's go through and mark the Korok Seeds I got during my playthrough and see where we're at with our total. While I won't be completing the Hyrule Compendium just yet, we'll be going for the 100% on the map, which is an achievement in itself. Looking at the shard that I grabbed from IGN, we can see that the Divine Beasts are worth 0.32%, the shrines are worth 9.60% or 0.08% total. Visiting every location is worth 18.08%, with each being 0.08 or 0.09%, and the major one being the 900 Koroks, giving us 72% of our 100% completion total. The first thing that I wanted to do before attempting to do anything towards 100% was getting the motorcycle. You get the motorcycle from completing the second DLC. It's a reward from the final fight. I had already finished the one-hit obliterator part of the DLC, so all that was left to do was the remaining 4 champion song quests, and then I made my way to unlock and finish the final trial. The reason behind me wanting to get the motorcycle or the Master Cycle Zero before getting too deep into anything else is because this was going to take a lot of walking, and with the Master Cycle being one of, if not the fastest mounts in the game, it was going to not only speed things up for me, but make it more enjoyable to travel. I went through and I finished all 4 champion song quests. I braved the Gerudo Desert, had a flashback memory fight with Thunderblight Ganon, and witnessed a cutscene with Urbosa and Zelda hanging out and talking with each other, while 2 Yiga members get absolutely smashed by Urbosa and a banger song kicks in instantly. This gives us Urbosa's Fury Plus, which enables us to be able to use Urbosa's Fury faster. We do the exact same thing for the other 3 champions. We faced challenges for Rivali, had a flashback of Rivali meeting up with Princess Zelda while training, not wanting to back down from improving himself on his own skill, as he wants to be the one to slay Calamity Ganon. For Mipha, we do her 3 challenges and have a flashback of Mipha asking Princess Zelda who the other champions are. After getting her answer, she looks down to see Prince Sidon looking up at her and jumping down to assist him in swimming up the giant waterfall. For Daruk, we face the 3 challenges and have a flashback of him taking a walk with Princess Zelda, seeing a mob of bokoblins circling around something which ends up being an adorable little dog. However, Daruk is terrified of dogs, and honestly, this is probably my favorite of the 4 memories. Once we have all 4 champion songs completed, we are instructed to return to the Shrine of Resurrection for a final challenge, which introduces us to the final trial, which almost seems like a 5th divine beast. After going through the challenge of this dungeon, which I truthfully struggled for a while before realizing what it was I had to do. My recording for this and the final fight was an hour, a little under an hour. So it definitely took me a while. I think I was in the dungeon for 46-ish minutes. Maz Koshia speaks to us after completing the dungeon and takes us to a floating platform for the final fight against him. This fight was honestly extremely fun, while a little tricky as I wasn't fully prepared for what I was getting myself into. However, the battle theme is an absolute banger, and I'm glad I got to at least listen to it for longer while I struggled with this fight. Once we finally beat Monk Maz Koshia, he grants us with the Master Cycle Zero, and we also receive a special cutscene with the champions and Princess Zelda taking an adorable picture together, which we then actually get and we get to keep. We're able to return to Link's house and hang this picture up on the wall, which is perfect. I totally didn't cry during this cutscene. Make no promises. So now that that's done, we can finally get to work on everything else towards 100%. Once we have the Master Cycle in our inventory, it's time to tackle the shrines I have left. Starting to do shrines, then locations, and finally Korok Seeds. The shrines are fairly simple. There are 3 different types of shrine. There are blessing shrines, puzzle shrines, and test of strength shrines, which have 3 levels of difficulty: minor, modest, and major. While I do have the interactive map showing me shrine quest locations and shrine locations, I am attempting to finish each shrine and shrine quest without looking them up unless I get absolutely stumped. To prove that, here are 2 clips of me being an idiot, forgetting I can use magnesis, and forgetting I can make ice pillars with Cryonis. Overall, I enjoy the puzzle shrines the most. The test of strength shrines are a fun battle for sure, but they're a bit repetitive and can shred through your weapons until you're able to reflect or parry the enemy laser. I had a lot of fun doing the Burita Nag Shrine Canon, which is unlocked from the ancient Rito Song Shrine Quest. It's a simple small puzzle, but I truly enjoyed timing the cannon and letting it fire. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot to say about the shrines. If you pay attention to the name of each shrine, it gives a pretty good hint towards what it is you're supposed to actually be attempting within the puzzle. I'd say it took me roughly a week to actually get all the shrines completed, except for one, the shrine Mija Ruki, which is a modest test of strength shrine unlocked from doing the Under a Red Moon shrine quest. I could not for the life of me get a blood moon to spawn. I tried just waiting for hours, I tried constantly sleeping or resting at a fire, and then talking to Hino, who is a blood moon enthusiast, aka a crazy person. Nothing was working. I was trying everything until one night I got lucky enough to have a blood moon happen, and I don't even think I was recording for it. I was in bed just waiting and waiting for this blood moon to happen because I was tired of just doing nothing. But it finally happened, and I went in, beat the fight inside of the shrine, and I am so ecstatic I will never have to do that again. Oh, and also, after I did this shrine, I had so many blood moons happen to me. I'm pretty sure in between doing this shrine at the end of March and the release of Tears of the Kingdom in May, I had over 30 blood moons. Once the pain and suffering of the blood moon shrine was over with, I got to finally finish up the rest of the shrines, so I went down and down and down until finally we had 120 shrines under our belt and we could finally get to work on the side quests. Yeah, so you might be thinking, Jors, you don't need the side quests. You literally read out earlier in the video what you needed to do. And you'd be entirely correct. You don't need the side quests, except I was an idiot, took a break from the game and forgot you didn't need them, and did every single one before attempting the Korok Seeds. The worst part? I was insanely sick with the flu and stuck in bed for an entire week, which was when I decided to waste my time doing so, which is why I have no footage of me completing them besides this footage showing my side quest adventure log, proving that I finished every single one. But honestly, I love Breath of the Wild and its world and its characters, so I don't actually regret helping out everyone and completing the side quests. It might have been a waste of time in regards to 100%ing the game, but it was a fun time I had while playing the game. Oh, and we also got some pretty cool sets of armor and armor pieces from it. I actually had quite a few locations I had to find and visit to add to the 100% counter, which surprised me. I had assumed I visited basically everywhere, but I couldn't have been further from reality. I ran around utilizing the Hero's Path add-on for the map, seeing where I hadn't explored yet. I had to run around to different pits and forests, even make my way into 2 people's cabins, but let's not tell them that. After finding out there was another interactive map you can use to view the locations needed, which I'll also link in the description below, I visited the last few places I couldn't find naturally, and we made our way to the final portion of my attempt to 100% Breath of the Wild, the Korok Seeds. Oh boy, where do we even begin on this one? As everyone may know, there are 900 Korok Seeds in Breath of the Wild, and there are a wide variety of ways to find the Koroks. You can find them under rocks, which can be in the middle of a field, on top of a tree, on a bridge, you name it. They can also be under rocks, hiding below a pile of leaves, which you just need to hit the leaves and then pick up the rock, or even inside a piece of ice you need to melt away. You could be climbing trees, buildings, or flagpoles and finding sparkles at the top of them. Chase sparkles around a field, a pond, a swamp, whatever you could think of. You'll be chasing these little fairy light sparkles around the place. Maybe you'll be running around and you'll see these little statues with bowls in front of them, requiring you to place an offering, normally matching whatever is in the other bowls around you. It's typically fruit, different pieces of fruit, depending on the area you're in. Archery was a big one as well. You'll have to stand on a stump with a pinwheel on it and shoot at balloons, which sometimes fly around in patterns, disappear, and then reappear in a different spot. Or ones that just stay still in one spot, waiting for you to aim and fire. Another form of the archery Korok Seeds are the little acorns. These acorns could be in trees, in diagonally positioned logs, flying from point A to point B, whether it be vertically or horizontally around walls or trees. These were actually really challenging, but fun at the same time. If I didn't have arrows, I would make sure I had full health and I'd use the Master Sword beams to hit the balloons and acorns. Sometimes for the fun of it, I'd also just throw bombs at the acorns and the logs. There's different races for Korok Seeds as well. You run onto a stump with a leaf symbol on them and have to either shield surf down a mountain, jump and use your paraglider to fly across a gap, climb up a mountain, all to get to the end of the race or the goal point within the allotted amount of time. You can also dive into little flower petal leaf ring things, and it's really cute, and I loved finding all of these around the place and just yeeting myself off of a cliff to find the Korok. You'll have to run around all of Hyrule finding these little rock patterns everywhere, in which you just need to find the rock in the surrounding area and add it to the pattern to complete it. There's these little cube patterns everywhere. They could be a little underwater, could be on a cliffside just hanging out. They require you to find a way to get the cube into its proper slot to match the other one using magnesis. They could just be hanging out in a field or on the beach. They'll just be waiting for you, really. Like, you'll notice them. The other Magnesis Korok challenge is the ball and chain, requiring you to use Magnesis to grab a ball attached by chain and toss it into a hollowed out log. There are two types of flower trial Korok Seeds, one where you walk up to a patch of flowers, each set having 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 flowers, and you just need to walk into them in the order from lowest to highest amount. Once walking into the last little batch, you'll be awarded your Korok Seed. The other flower trial is finding a yellow flower sitting somewhere and walk into it. It'll then disappear, and you'll have to look or listen for where it comes back. Walk into those and keep going until eventually the flower turns white, and you'll get your Korok Seed. Pushing boulders into holes, which honestly was my least favorite. Some of them were pretty easy, but man, sometimes you just overshoot a little bit, and the boulder ends up going down a mountain, falling into the ocean. You just gotta think about it perfectly before either pushing or using stasis, since sometimes the boulder needs to go uphill at a medium range, so stasis definitely helps there instead of just attempting to push it up all the way. The final way of finding Korok Seeds is called Match the Trees, in which you'll find a set of 3 trees with fruit hanging off them, though one of them is too many. You'll have to get that tree to match, and I figured out way too late that you could just stasis the piece of fruit that needs to be matching and cut down the entire tree to make every other piece fall. Sometimes this challenge can also be on the cacti in the Gerudo Desert, and there was one time I pressed the wrong button and accidentally destroyed the cactus, resulting in me having to leave and come back for that one seed, and it sucked seeing that one Korok seed down in the Gerudo Desert just waiting for me to come back, but I eventually went back and got it. I honestly did enjoy going through and getting every Korok, and I'll be doing the same in Tears of the Kingdom absolutely. While I did use the interactive map to show me where the seeds were in a general area, I didn't look at the guide the map provides, and I left it to my own devices to find out what kind of puzzle there was to solve and figure everything out on my own. For Tears of the Kingdom, I'll be trying to get as many seeds as possible without using anything to help me, and we'll see how far I'll be able to get on that. Getting all of the Korok Seeds took me around 2 weeks with working a 9-to-5 full-time job and having other games that I played, but honestly, you can absolutely do it way faster than that considering people speedrun the game 100% in under 24 hours. Genuinely speaking, while 900 is a bit absurd, it's actually super fun to run around and do these puzzles to hear the yahaha, even though that sound haunts my dreams now, but that's okay. I came to an issue though. May 11th. I had a little under 100 Korok Seeds left. I opened Breath of the Wild, and I played, and played, and played for hours, when finally it was 1 AM. Tears of the Kingdom launched for me physically in 8 hours. I needed to go to bed because I wanted to get to GameStop early and get a collector's edition since the pre-orders were sold out, but they said they might have extras. And when I finally marked the final Korok Seed off the interactive map, I teleported to a shrine to see my loading screen. $8.99. I had 899 Korok Seeds out of the 900, but what one did I miss? Everything is marked on the map. I was sitting in Josh Jepson's stream while he was also 100%ing the game, but in master mode. I told him I finished the map 100% while on the way to the last Korok. He was so excited for me and told me he was proud of me. And when I found out I was missing a single Korok, I realized I had accidentally lied to him and I needed to find this final Korok so I could truly live up to what I told him. However, I decided it would be a problem for another day and I went to bed for Tears of the Kingdom.
Hey, congrats, Jors. Korok's done. Map is 100%. I can sleep and get my coffee from GameStop in 8.5 hours. Good luck, sir. Enjoy your adventure. Thank you, Jors. And congratulations. That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude. I'm proud of you, my son.
Side note, if you somehow don't know who Josh Jepson is, go check him out. I've been watching him since like late 2009, early 2010, and he's been an endless supply of entertainment throughout my teens and early adulthood. So now, here we are. As I'm writing this, Tears of the Kingdom has been out for 3 weeks, and I've barely been able to put it down, and the feeling of having to put Breath of the Wild back on my Switch and find a single Korok Seed made me feel disgusting. But I popped the game in, and I searched the map, marking them off as they matched in-game, until finally, I found the one I was missing. I found it. Oh my god. Holy fuck. Holy shit, holy shit. Go, 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 go. Yahaha! Oh man. I was overfilled with joy, and it only took about 20-ish minutes for me to actually find it, which was amazing, because I wasn't doing it because I thought it was going to take forever to go through and match in game and match on the interactive map and find the one that I was missing, but it only took 20 minutes. Finally, I got the final Yahaha, and the Korok had told me that he was the last. So off to the Korok Forest I went to speak with Hesu. He congratulated me on finding all 900, but that was it. No reward? I had to upgrade all of my inventory pages to the max before he said anything else, so off I went, spamming the A button and upgrading everything. But I started to think there was something else. I still had 429 Korok Seeds left. However, Hesu had given me the grand prize for finding all 900, a golden piece of shit. What's the extra 459 for? That's such a random number! Are you ready to see my reward? Here we go! A gift of friendship given to you by Hestu. It smells pretty bad. So do you like it? I hope you'll still visit me. Why? What's the point? It's over. I don't care. Now, I knew that this was the final prize for all 900 Korok Seeds, so I wasn't shocked by this, and I understand it's a funny gag by the Zelda team making us collect 900 pieces of tiny shit for an even larger one, but it would have been nice to at least get something special we could actually take advantage of in game. I don't know if this is different in Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't want to know. I want to find out naturally. I've been avoiding almost everything for Tears of the Kingdom, so it's been fun to run around and figure things out on my own. So, after doing all that, would I recommend you to 100% the map in Breath of the Wild? Honestly, I think if you truly enjoy the open world gameplay of Breath of the Wild, you love Zelda and enjoy learning more about the world, the people inside of said world, and exploring as much as possible, then absolutely you should 100% the map and do as much as possible in the game. I actually really did have a good time doing everything, and I'm looking forward to doing the same in Tears of the Kingdom, plus more. I have big plans for Tears of the Kingdom. I plan on not only 100%ing the map, but I want to fully upgrade every piece of gear in the game and just absolutely no life this game, and I'll be streaming it, and I'll be making little shorts and videos here and there in between these longer form videos, and I'm really excited. Thanks so much for watching another one of my videos. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to see more. Also, if you made it this far, comment fuzzy pickles to let me know. If there's anything you'd like to see in future videos, or a way to improve my content, please do also comment that below. My name is Jors, and I hope you have an amazing, fantastic day.